and then you have the HX series. The HX series are essentially desktop performance chips that Intel has then transformed into a mobile form factor for us to put into a laptop. So, in simple terms, you are getting desktop level performance on a gaming mobile form factor. It's amazing, right? It's amazing, right? So that's the performance that you used to be locked and stuck at your desk, now in a form factor that you can bring around everywhere. And so the HX processors actually really resonates with enthusiast gamers. Why? Because enthusiast gamers like to tune all the settings and they like to overclock their CPU. So overclocking the CPU means that they can get even more performance, they extract even more performance out of the chips than what is set as a baseline, right? So you can tune it. You can tune the settings directly in our Legion Space software, or alternatively, you could also install the Intel Extreme Tuning Utility. Okay, it's a software that's provided by Intel that you can customize and overclock all the parameters of the CPU. Right? So you really get very fine-tuned features from these HX processors. And of course, when we talk about overclocking, a lot of people are worried, right? Oh, overclocking, what does it mean? Right? It doesn't mean that it's kind of like a car, right? When you turbo a car, it's going to get hot, right? That's going to happen, yes, right? That's true, right? Things are going to get hot, right? Things are going to get toasty, right? But how well a laptop generates with the extra heat that's generated from overclocking, that's what's going to make or break a great gaming laptop. And for that, Lenovo, what we have is the cold front technology. Right? Cold front is a name for a cooling system. Right? The gaming laptops nowadays, right, they have some of this very, very powerful chip. So the cooling is going to be very, very critical. But how do you cool a gaming laptop? How do you cool a gaming laptop? There are a couple of ways, very simple ways to cool a gaming laptop. Right? You can install more fans, maybe. You can have 2, 3, 4 fans. Right? You can spin the fans faster. Right? You make the fans really, really fast. Okay? But that's going to make it really noisy. With more fans spinning at a faster rate, that's going to make it noisy. The other way, of course, you can put in more heat pipes, maybe make the laptop really, really heavy. Right? Because the heat pipes are going to increase the weight. Or you can increase the size of the laptop. Instead of having a smaller laptop, you keep increasing the size. That's what you can actually do more cooling as well, right? So, but these are actually pretty easy ways for us to improve the cooling. But the challenge comes when you want to improve performance, yet keeping the size and the weight down. That's the challenge. Now, so at Lenovo Legion, our R&D team, it's amazing, right? It's amazing. We have pioneered and we have, over the years, we have fine-tuned, we are experts at cooling. Okay, experts at cooling. So what we have here, right? 2020 we introduced vapor chamber. We have brought about the AI engine, right? 2021, 2023 with the world's first laptop with an integrated liquid cooling. And in 2024, we have had this breakthrough technology, which is what we call the cold front hyper chamber. And now in 2025, this technology is so amazing. We have expanded it across our entire lineup. Cold front hyper chamber. Okay, so what's so amazing? Typically, the R&D, you can't break the laws of physics. The laws of physics are very simple, right? If you're going to increase power, things are going to get hotter. When it's hot, you have to find ways to cool it. And typically, for every 8 to 10 watts of power that you increase to a system, to a laptop, you have to increase the thickness of the product by around 1 millimeter at least. Right? So which is why it's very common for you to see gaming laptops and then they are much thicker than your, say, for example, a lifestyle laptop like a yoga or ThinkPad, right? Because there's a lot of power going to any of this kind of gaming system. So what is so special about hyperchamber? Now, traditionally, you get the traditional thermal designs, you have 4 vents. right? You have two fans there, you spin, you clear the heat out from the four fans. Now, hyper chamber, we turn things around, we spin the fan inwards instead, and the air flows goes directly over the CPU and graphics. And of course, all your VRAMs, VRMs, your chipset as well. For example, from the Intel chipset Southbridge, it's all cooled at the same time, directly from the fan. Okay, and all the heat goes out from the back. Okay, this technology is so amazing that we are able to increase the performance of up to about 25 watts without increasing the productiveness. So something simple but so effective. We have to create a chamber, we have to prevent the air from a very targeted, very efficient way of moving, but we are able to increase the performance, yet reducing the noise, as well as reducing the skin temperature. Okay? Something so effective, so simple, and the benefit to you as user, it is so obvious, right? Because when you start to game over long hours, you no longer have to have the hot air blowing onto your hands. And gamers love this because when you game, you don't game for just 1 or 2 hours. Yeah, I always say that. Okay, yes, I'm going to game just one more game. Okay, and then 2 hours later, one more game. Right, and then 10 hours later, you're going to do one more game. So gamers game for long hours, and imagine that, right? You want to have the hot air blowing on your hand throughout all 10 hours. No. So cold front hyper chamber, cooler skin temperature, cooler mouse hand. So the amazing cold front hyper chamber is the cooling technology behind every single gaming laptop for Lenovo introduced in this generation. Across Legion, as well as even the entry Lenovo Lock series, they will feature the cold front hyper chamber technology. And I invite you later, we do have some parts that we can actually show you how it works later at one of the demo area. So no side vents across our entire generation from this year. Right, superior cooling. Alright, so besides the cooling, of course, the two things that gamers interact with when they game will be number one, the keyboard. Right, because your left hand will always be on WASD for most games. Now, keyboard is critical. The experience of having a good gaming keyboard is critical for gaming experience. Okay, which is why we'll always keep the innovation on the TrueStrike keyboard at a very, very high level. TrueStrike keyboard will have these features such as good key travel, so that as you are rage gaming, okay, after a couple of hours, your fingertips don't feel sore. Landing switches are going to be comfortable for your fingertips. And key rollover is important when you do your combos, so that all the key captures are captured, right? And you have to have very fast response. So all these are hallmarks of a good gaming keyboard, and they are the hallmark of our Legion TrueStrike keyboard. Large number keys, number pad for the accountant gamer, if you are an accountant as well, right? You're an engineer, you want to use the number pads, they are always there. As well as some nifty feature, you see over there, replaceable keycaps and switches. Now, what it is? So all of our keyboard features replaceable keycaps and switches. Why is this important? It's important for the rage gamers. When you rage game, you may pluck out one of your keycaps, right? You know. So very often, sometimes you see people walking around with the laptop without a keycap. You know, you ask them why. Just play game. You know, angry. Accidentally hit the, pull the key out. And then there's only two options. When your keycaps come out, there's only two options. One, you call into the service center and you say, I want to replace this, right? My keycap dropped out. The service center is going to say, okay, sir, you're going to pay 300 to 500 ringgit because I have to replace the whole keyboard, essentially, right? And then you'll be thinking, 500 ringgit. Okay lah, never mind, I will leave with no keycap on one keyboard, so you walk around with a laptop missing keycap. So no longer you can easily replace your keycaps as well as the switches on all our gaming devices. Okay, replaceable keycaps, and you can also, we do sell this additional kit here that has a ceramic keycaps. Ceramic, very, very nice feeling. So when you are playing with ceramic keycaps, you feel cooler to your fingertips. Okay. Besides keyboard, the other thing that's really critical is the screen. Because that's what you're going to be looking at the whole time. Have you ever played a game, especially like Alone in the Dark, right? Or Alan 2, okay, where it's really dark and gloomy, and you say that, oh, I wish I had a better monitor because I couldn't see this detail, I missed out this clue because it was not, the monitor wasn't good enough, I couldn't get that clarity, right? So no longer, now our Generation 10 Legion laptops will all have possibly the best OLED panels in the industry. Why do I say possibly the best? Because we are the only one providing true stripe, display HDR, true black 1000. If you just surf onto this Visa Display HDR website and you search for true black 1000 certification, only Lenovo is on that list. Only Lenovo is on that list. These are the best panels which are certified by VESA, and we have put them into our gaming products in this generation. Good? So, I'm just going to wrap this up, okay? All the features I talked about earlier, the best OLED panels available, possibly the best OLED panels available in the Legion Pro series for competitive gamers. The Pro series are engineered without compromise in thermal engineering with extremely high cooling headroom. Okay, how high? For example, Legion Pro 7i, powered by Intel. Okay, triple fan, massive vapor chamber, the integrated hyper chamber, if I talked about it earlier, 275 watts of power. 275 watts. Okay, just to put things into context, how high 275 watts is. Okay, everybody knows what's a ThinkPad. ThinkPad, right? ThinkPad X1. Okay, X1 Carbon. Okay, so a ThinkPad X1 Carbon, typically it's about 15 to about 20 watts. 15 to about 20 watts. So this 275 watts, it's about 10 to about 14 times as more powerful than X1 Carbon laptop. The gamers want that you want to have that kind of performance, that kind of cooling headroom, that kind of performance to run your high resolution games, high definition games, right? At as much as frames as possible. Okay, 275 watts on the Legion Pro 7i. I talked about it earlier, 275 watts on the Legion Pro 7i, up to 220 watts on the Legion Pro 5i. No slouch also, 200 over watts. Very powerful systems. So the Pro series are engineered for competitive gamers. You don't want to have a missing frame because that's when you want to fire the shot to your enemy before you get shot at. Right? Competitive gamers, you want every single frame from your system. You want to go for the the Legion Pro series. Look at this. Just look at this. This is a gaming laptop. Right? My favorite. Powered with, oh my gosh, who like this? The Lenovo Legion. Just look at that. Oh my gosh. How gaming laptops have improved and innovated over the years. Right? How? 16 millimeters thick at the thinnest point, 16 millimeters, 1.9 kilograms, and you can have high resolution gaming from a machine of these dimensions, right? It's truly, testament to all the powerful processors that we put inside, testament to the cooling, the engineering we have done behind all these gaming laptops. Right? Arguably my favorite one in this entire generation. Slimmer, lighter, and more powerful. Slimmer, lighter and more portable. Not just the Legion 7i, we have the Legion 5i as well, both just up to 1.9 kilograms and so thin, so slim. Up to RTX 5070 graphics, as well as a 170. Of course, in terms of the thermal power, we have to reduce it a little bit down to about 170 watts, but it's no slouch either. They are not 200 watts and above, but 170 watts is no slouch. They are still about 10 times more powerful than your X1 Carbon, right? Besides the Legion series, for immersive gamers like myself, of course we have to remember about aspirational gamers. We have the Lock series, right? Lock series, in this generation, we have two screen sizes, the 15-inch, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, Core i7 processors, as well as the 17-inch, powered by Intel Core i7 processors as well. Two screen sizes for this generation for the Legion Lock, the Lenovo Lock series. One more thing. Okay, one more thing. Just one more thing. Any guesses? Any guesses? Legion 9i. Legion 9i. This is Legion 9i with the iconic forged carbon. It's a forged carbon pattern. Okay, for those who don't know, this cover is actually made from recycled airplane parts, stamped together. Okay, stamped together for a very iconic design. Now, Legion 9i is a bit different. Okay, we talk about power, 275 watts. The Legion 9i has performance of a thermal headroom of up to 300 watts. 300 watts. Okay, 300. But this 300 watts is amazing. 300 watts is very amazing because it's 125 watts running on the CPU, right? The Intel CPU, and 175 watts on the graphics card. Concurrently, you are running both of them concurrently up to 300 watts in an 18-inch chassis. So this Legion 9i it's not just for gamers. Gamers, you don't need really that much of power. It's not just for gamers, it's also for game developers. You look at the memory, you are increasing the memory slots up to 4 slots to support up to 192 gigabytes of memory, and it has 4 SSD slots as well. Right? The Legion 9i is designed for game developers to do game content, gaming content. So specifically, we want to power the next generation of game developers designing 3D games. How do we empower them? The Legion 9i features a very, very unique display. Okay, this is not the OLED panel, but it is absolutely unique. This display comes with an 18-inch 4K that is capable of 3D without glasses. Everybody is familiar with 3D, right? You go to a cinema, you sit down, you put on your goggles, and then you watch a 3D movie, or you put some glasses on, right? That is glasses, you have to put some glasses on. But now, even through your naked eye, you can experience 3D just from the display from our Legion 9i. The 3D technology has matured so much. Really, there's no way for me to explain how, to describe the experience, but you just have to try it for yourself. Okay, it's over there at that corner. Please do try it and let me know what you think. Okay, do you get that 3D effect? You simply just have to try it for yourself. So I'm just going to wrap up, right? So the Legion, there you go, our 2025 range of Legion and Lock gaming products that's launched this year. So I hope you have enjoyed that you will enjoy the hands-on experience that we're bringing to you as much as we have enjoyed bringing these products to Malaysia, to you. We're truly excited to launch these products with our partner and to our gamers out there to reach their impossible. Thank you.